Hi, Randy here again in the studio. Today we're going to talk about some of the questions that we get on windows and maybe how to get the window out, the bottom window out. This movable part here, there is some movable parts on the sides and sometimes hiccups happen, so we're going to answer a bunch of the questions we get about some of those. Okay, first we're going to look at how to get the bottom movable pane out, this whole frame. So we're going to unlock the window, of course, and we're going to pull the bottoms out of these little stop clips or balance stops here. There's one on each side. We're just going to pull the bottom out and we'll look and see what that looks like here in a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lift the window from the bottom. We don't want to lift the window from the top. That kind of pulls on the frame. We want to lift the window up, and when we close it we want to push the window down. So for now we want to lift the window up past those stops. Okay, we can see what we've done now. Now we're going to push it over to the side, over, and just straight out like that. And now we have the window in hand. At each side of your track there we have these takeout clips, which is what holds the top of the balance when you want to take the window out. So in order to take the window out, of course, we're just going to do this. You can see how that opens the bottom, and we would do that on both sides. And make sure once you've taken the window out, cleaned it, whatever you're going to do, that once you've actually put the window back in the reverse order, then make sure to close those, because if you want to go to open your window later, it'll pull those balances off track, which is what it's designed to do, but you might not want to do. So make sure when you're done, make sure just to push those clips back down. Okay, as sometimes needs to happen, we need to replace a balance on these windows. So we've actually gotten the bottom pane out, just as the instruction says to get the bottom pane out. We're going to set that to the side. We can see that the top of the balance, this is the balance here, that's actually wedged into the takeout clip up top there. The balance here is what helps lift up the window. It gives you a little assist on that. Make sure that it opens correctly on both sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull down on the top of this. It has a little bit of tension there, so when we pull down it's going to want to spring back, so we're going to hold that from happening, and we're going to push down, we're going to pull away from that, and we're going to hold down and let up slowly, and it's going to come out of the hole. And we can see that this little hook right there is actually what holds into the little hole right there. So before we put this new one, so if we did need to replace it, of course we'd set this one aside and grab the new one. If we wanted to know, say, what one do I need, we'd need to find out which one. Hopefully you know, because of the window numbers, but if you don't know, you want to take that out and you're going to look for some of the little lettering on there. This tells us a lot. It has to do with the window right there, okay? Tells us how long and the weight range on this here balance. So we're going to assume that we have a new one, so we're going to grab the new one and we're going to put it right back in. We're going to put the hook right in the hole there, and we're going to push down, and we're going to wedge it right back under the takeout clip. That one's ready to go. Then we can put the pane right back in the reverse order. Okay, another question I get is that, hey, my window's not opening well and I can see my balance here has come off track and it's in the bottom, so sometimes those hiccups happen. So what we'd want to do for this instance here is we would just want to proceed as though we're taking the bottom pane all the way out, and then we're going to act as though we're putting in a new balance. So the window will come out, we're gonna pop the bottoms of those takeout clips, and then we're going to lift the window up past those takeout clips, take the pane, that whole window out, and we're going to then grab this balance, put the bottom hook in the hole, re-wedge the top, and then put the pane right back in, and that'll solve that problem. Let's look at that here. We can see that we have our balance there below the window. So we're going to open these hooks up here. We're going to open the takeout clips, the bottoms of them. We're going to open the window again. Push it to the side, open it out, okay, and we can see we have our balance here, which for some reason, which sometimes happen, came off. We're going to reload the bottom hook inside of its hole, re-spring load it in the bottom of the takeout clip, okay, and we're just going to put the window right back in, okay. And make sure that we're going to close our clips.